What's good, fam? We back at it with another video. We're gonna be reacting to a video from Pablito's Way. The prosperity pastor never changed his scamming ways. This nigga got a Fendi suit on. What's I'm just curious. What's the big hype to wearing this stuff? I don't see what the big hype is, to be honest. But yeah, I really don't. It's like, all right, but other than that, yeah, man, I seen a video about this dude a while ago. I didn't look at the whole entire thing, but I heard some crazy stuff. But we gonna just jump straight into this one.
Who are a few of the most despicable criminals you wouldn't want to run into? Let's find out. Starting with number 5, Lamar Whitehead. Again, we've been keeping tabs on Lamar Whitehead, the notorious bling bishop from Brooklyn, for a while now. It seemed inevitable as Thanos that his continuous shady dealings would eventually lead to his downfall. And now, it finally has. Whitehead, at 45 years old, was found guilty of a series of charges, including wire fraud, attempted extortion, and misleading the FBI. His conviction is the culmination of years spent lavishly with a lifestyle funded by people who trusted him. Whitehead's gluttonous appetite for luxury, evidenced by his array of designer suits, a fleet of high-end...
Hey, bruh. See what I'm saying when it comes to these pastors, bruh? They driving and living like this. If they seen you on a bus stop, they wouldn't even stop for you. They wouldn't. Now, they got some pastors that's about what they're really doing. They're not like extorting folks. They got pastors that got jobs, that's out here putting in the work, you know? And they're actually taking donations and using it for the church. Not like these goofy
cars and a $2.8 million mansion was no secret. His pompous display of wealth even made headlines when he was robbed of $400,000 worth of jewelry during a sermon live stream. A scene that almost seemed too bizarre to be real. And that incident was just a peek into the bishop's extravagant lifestyle, which he funded through various scams, including exploiting an elderly single mother out of $90,000 by promising to buy her a house, only to spend it on himself. Our coverage of the humble Mr. Whitehead has highlighted his unapologetic flaunting of wealth, often seen in Gucci and Fendi, driving luxury cars like Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and Maseratis, and living in a mansion that could be mistaken for a luxury hotel. His properties weren't just for show either. They included marble floors, a home gym, and even a personal movie theater. All bought with money meant for others' homes and their own future plans. Despite his claims of having influential connections, including those with New York Mayor Eric Adams, it was clear that Whitehead's empire was built on lies. His criminal activities extended to creating false bank statements to get loans and attempting to extort money under false pretenses, leveraging his supposed political ties for financial gain. The bishop's robbery incident, which really didn't get him much sympathy to begin with, seemed to be a result of his need to show off his wealth, attracting unwanted attention and danger. And you'd think that this would be a clear sign to stop showing off, right? Well, the only thing this bishop listens to is his pathetic need for attention, as evidenced by his prayer closet, a closet full of designer clothes and accessories which he flaunted online not long after he was robbed. Seriously,
You wonder why people are coming after you. Why the fuck you flaunting all this online? Boy,
called it a prayer closet?
I really don't understand people nowadays, man.
If that's not outright mocking all the people he's ripped off, we don't know what is. In following Whitehead's story, it's obvious that his actions were unsustainable. As he awaits sentencing, which is supposed to happen sometime in July of 2024, the tale of the Bling Bishop will hopefully come to a close, and the greedy man will be humbled. If God won't do it, the courts will. Number 4, Homeland Fraud. Lana Brown, 82, and her husband Ed, 91, from Delaware, ran into a classic scam that hit like a plot twist no one saw coming. The duo was cheated out of an insane $1.46 million by fraudsters pretending to be from Homeland Security. The scammers had said that the couple was under surveillance and prohibited them from chatting with family, claiming their accounts were targeted by international cyber criminals from China, Russia, and Bolivia? Wait, is Bolivia a bad guy now? Simón Bolívar must be rolling in his grave. Anyway, the fraud began with a phone call to Lana from someone claiming to represent Wells Fargo, a bank she had trusted since 2005. She must have been ignoring all that stuff in 2016 when they got caught being shady, but that's a different story. Anyway.
It ain't just them. Y'all get calls from Amazon. You'll get calls from all different kinds of fucking places, man. It's crazy.
The fake Wells Fargo person told her that her and Ed's account was involved in various illegal activities, including money laundering. This call led Lana being connected with a supposed U.S. Marshal, complete with an official-looking ID and a LinkedIn profile that seemed legit, but turned out to be outdated by over a decade. The scammers then convinced the couple they were being placed in a witness protection program and that their money would be safer in a special Federal Reserve Bank account created just for them. Lana, completely, and it sounds like reasonably, convinced of the Marshal's authenticity, followed every instruction, withdrawing her savings and investing in Bitcoin and gold, supposedly under the protection of the Federal Reserve. The scammers were so convincing that they even had Lana believe they were tracking her movements, further isolating her from seeking help. Despite repeated warnings from the actual Wells Fargo that she might be the victim of a scam, Lana, under the spell of the fraudsters, lied to bank employees, following the script given by her manipulators. Sadly, the realization of the scam hit her one night, leading to a painful awakening that their life savings were gone, tricked into sending it all through wire transfers, evidenced by multiple receipts. The aftermath left Lana and Ed relying on Social Security and Ed's small pension, as their savings were intended for Ed's possible future hospice care because of his declining health. The scam is part of a larger, distressing trend where seniors are often targeted, with the FBI estimating annual losses for senior citizens at around $3 billion to financial scams. One arrest has been made in connection to the Browns' case, thanks to their report to the National Elder Fraud Hotline and assistance from the real Homeland Security. However, the details remain scarce, and the couple hasn't sought a refund from Wells Fargo, acknowledging that the bank did attempt to intervene, which speaks to the refreshing character of Lana and Ed. But come on, guys, please do try to get your money back. This is a good time to remind everyone to please keep a close eye on your elderly loved ones. When these scams are revealed, it's almost always because someone close to them was paying attention. They watched out for you when you couldn't watch out for yourself, so it's time for you to do the same. Number 3, newspaper terror.
Look out for your older folks out here, man, because these motherfuckers is not playing fair. They do not care how old you are. They're gonna do it regardless.
A gang of 4 robbers embarked on a daring robbery spree, going after newsstand vendors around some of New York City's iconic landmarks. This group, seemingly auditioning for the roles in the next Final Fight video game, managed to lift upwards of $15,000 from hard-working vendors in just 2 weeks. Their method? Ambush the vendors, typically older folks, by night, dragging them from their booths and threatening them unless they handed over the cash. The spree kicked off when they robbed elderly newsstand clerk Atier Roman of $750. It seems like the gang had a taste for drama, striking near places such as Carnegie Hall and the Ed Sullivan Theater. Their tactics were nothing short of ruthless. Victims were threatened with firearms and knives, with the crooks demanding everything from lottery ticket sales to cell phones. One vendor, Al Maruf, recounted his stand now shuts early at 8 p.m. after being hit, highlighting the lingering fear these incidents have instilled. Despite their efforts, each robbery ranged from a few $100 to their biggest heist being $5,000 in lottery receipts. So the problem wasn't as much about the money. Of course, losing money sucks, but it was more about their bold tactics in public spaces and the audacity to return to the scene of the crime as if taunting the police and their victims. Police, now on the hunt, have released surveillance images of the suspects, hoping someone might recognize these individuals who've decided that a life of crime is their calling. Newspaper vendors are already struggling as it is, and now these guys are making it worse? We know who can stop this crime wave and clean up the city. Number 2, House of Transformations.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
In Anchorage, Alaska, Rosalina Mavega and her husband Esau Fualema Jr. found themselves neck-deep in doo-doo for misusing $1.6 million in pandemic recovery funds. The money, meant to assist housing and treatment during the pandemic, ended up being used for buying crypto and funding a beauty salon. The duo faced charges including major fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering.
Not just fraud. Major fraud.
Despite their creative redirection of funds, the law caught up with them in yet another scandal that points out the shoddy oversight of pandemic relief efforts. The couple's charity, House of Transformations, a non-profit that was supposed to provide crucial services during the pandemic, received a healthy sum from the Anchorage Assembly in May of 2021, and Mavega was somehow running it despite her previous ban from serving as a Medicaid provider due to fraud allegations from an investigation that concluded in 2015. Her political ties seem to have played a role in the city's lackadaisical approach to vetting, as Mavega was a supporter of Anchorage Mayor Dave Bronson and had been appointed to several city commissions. Even as federal investigators started looking into Mavega and her empire of interlinked nonprofits and businesses, she maintained her positions on the Anchorage Equal Rights Commission and the City Housing and Homelessness Committee. The House of Transformations was one of the largest recipients of the city's American Rescue Plan Act funds. This money was intended for noble causes, but was instead funneled into the couple's personal accounts, used as collateral for loans, and invested in crypto. They also planned to use part of the funds to make down payments on properties purportedly for housing services, a promise left unfulfilled. As the scandal unfolded, it was revealed that Mavega's charity and business ventures were a convoluted web of entities, with some operating on...
But just think if she actually went through with that shit, you know how much... Man, she'd have made way more money doing that, but...
out of a Midtown Anchorage office and engaging in a variety of services from beauty salons to vocational training. This complexity did little to hide their misdeeds from federal investigators who charged the couple in September of 2023. Mayor Bronson's office, already under fire for various other controversies, found itself embroiled in this debacle as well. Despite requests for Mavega to step down from her commission positions during the investigation, the mayor's office claimed it lacked the authority to remove her unilaterally. This stance, along with the sheer audacity of the fraud, fed into the belief that the city administration was clearly struggling with ethics and accountability, because there obviously was none. Why on earth they'd give this couple more money to commit fraud after they were already in trouble for fraud is mind-boggling. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to stay right here for our past release to find out how this squatter didn't want to pay rent, all while driving a Benz.
You know what? I've been hearing a lot about these squatters joint, man. It's fucking ridiculous. But it is ridiculous, man, cause people just move into your shit and just stay there, and you have to fucking evict them. But like, this is my like, no, from the what, like the rules of this shit is crazy.
Number 1, chasing the high life. Abdul Ibrahim, 36, swindled over 340,000 pounds from Alan Potter, an elderly man living on a pension. His grand scheme? Pretending he could recover the 1.8 million pounds Potter lost in a previous scam. Ibrahim's con didn't start small. He initially convinced Potter to hand over 50,000 pounds, a number that eventually ballooned to over 340,000 pounds, with 200,000 in cold, hard cash. Potter was left teetering on the edge of bankruptcy, a situation so dire it threatened his home. Meanwhile, Ibrahim's lifestyle, funded by his ill-gotten wealth, was nothing short of excessive, featuring first-class trips to Greece and Ibiza, a £3 million mansion decked with the finest luxuries, including a £14,000 piano and a private members club membership. His mansion, by the way, was acquired under the guise of Ibrahim being a £500,000 a year hedge fund manager, and came complete with a £3,000 marble kitchen, an £800 bonsai tree, and a room just for his sneaker collection. Oh, and let's not forget the limited edition Banksy print, because what scammer's mansion is complete without an art print from a famous social commentator? We also note the irony of this guy being a Banksy fan, considering Banksy's opinion of him likely wouldn't be favorable. Ibrahim's capture was as dramatic as his lifestyle. Police raided his house, carting off the luxury goods that were bought with Potter's money. The downfall was a spectacle, juxtaposing the vast gap between Ibrahim's fraudulent facade and the grim reality of his actions. In court, Ibrahim talked about a past as a semi-professional soccer player, including a stint at Chelsea FC, perhaps in a bid to show that he wasn't just a career fraudster. However, the judge apparently felt Ibrahim was a career fraudster, regardless of what he did before, and handed down a 61-month sentence anyway. And while it might offer some closure to his victims, the sentence hardly seems harsh enough for the lavish life of deceit Ibrahim led at the expense of a man who'd already been scammed to the brink of collapse. What are the scariest crimes?
That was crazy. Matter of fact, we got through that one. Matter of fact, I'll do the second half of this video another time, because I wanted to see that first one. But yo, that fucking, like, let me go to him. Where he at? See, this is why a lot of people don't go to church now. Because you got these preachers out here that's just funding their lifestyle, if anything. Like, they'll try to tell you, like, hey, we need another extra 100 or 50 or this. Like, for what? Just so they can be doing this. And he flaunted it on Instagram. I don't understand, bro. And what's the point of getting all this shit? That's the thing I don't understand. What is the point of buying this stuff? Just to flaunt it? Is that what really it is? Y'all just want to flaunt it? To shit on another person that don't have it? The dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Just because this person don't have it, you going, oh, I got Gucci, I got Louis. Good for you, motherfucker. What that got to do with anything? Do you got respect for yourself? Huh? Do you love your fucking self? Do you have people that love you? Is there a soul inside of you that you're not afraid to look in the mirror at? If not, shut the fuck up. I even seen this video. What's the dude? Wes Watson shitting on these guys, talking about if you ain't got a ripped body and you ain't got like these kind of cars or this kind of money, you ain't shit and this and that. I'm like, bro, but the guy checked the hell out of him and he got mad. I smacked the shit out of you. Now you just mad because he hit a nerve. He hit where he hit exactly where it was supposed to hit. He said, "Look, I got a family. I don't gotta have a ripped body to have somebody that say that they love me. You know, she loves me for me. You over here faking it. You telling these folks to treat people like shit when if they're on top and they got that is not gonna get you nowhere. But where this brother got, he did all that shit and what happened? He got robbed. What is it? Like, I really want to know, what is it, y'all? People flaunting this kind of shit on people flaunting money. Like, what is it really? Because if I had this kind of bread, I ain't flaunting shit. I ain't flaunting nothing. Man, what's these other fools, man? Oh yeah, this couple, man, I wish they'd have got their money back.
Was cheated out of an.
I truly wish they got their money back. Cause it's a lot of these motherfuckers calling you on the phone. Like, I actually had a person acting like they the IRS over the phone. The IRS does not call you. They send shit through the mail. Or they'll come to your house, but not as the IRS. They'll come to your house like a cop or FBI and something. They come like they send it through the mail, if anything, first. They never call you. And then they got these people out here flaunting and faking and shit, getting these people out their money, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I really do hope that they got at least some of their money back. Now, I don't know what the fuck. Y'all robbing newspaper vendors. I mean, come on now. Karma is a motherfucker. I don't know what to tell y'all, but it's like, man, that's the whole ordeal. Like, people be thinking like this shit is a joke. Like, karma coming back to tear people asses up. You don't think you're going to get that back from what you're doing to people? It might not happen to you, but it might happen to somebody else in your family or friend, something. It's coming back. You put good karma out there, you're going to get it back. You put horrible karma out there, you're going to get it back. Yo, watch yourself out here, y'all. Seriously. I know this newspaper vendor is a dangerous job. Any job that we do is pretty much dangerous. You gotta watch out for folks. Like, 24/7. It don't matter if you live in the suburbs or if you live in the fucking hood. It don't matter. You gotta watch yourself. I mean, the suburbs, the city, wherever. Shit happens everywhere. Please watch yourself out here, folks. And if there's anybody that's younger than your grandparents, or just know somebody that's not hip to the fraud stuff, and you know a lot of it, put them on game. Put them on game, so they know from the jump. Because I don't know, this shit gonna get even crazier. And my son gonna have to tell me some stuff, or my younger cousins will have to tell me some stuff. But yeah, man, yo, if y'all like this video, man, smash the like button for your boy. Comment down below what y'all thought of the video. Share the video and subscribe to the channel, man. Peace, love, blessings. And if y'all got anything else you want me to react to, let me know down in the comment sections as well, alright? Peace.